Hey everyone, this is Christopher. This week we decided to do something just a little different. Instead of releasing a regularly scheduled main pod episode, we decided to release a bonus episode from the Lot 1 Podcast After Show. These episodes are awesome. Essentially, they are a bonus episode to the main episode. The after show is about 20 to 45 minutes, depends on the guest, and they're a little bit more laid back. We get to know the people a little bit better. It's, hair down, get a glass of whiskey, and just hang out. And also, sometimes me and Deji have extra questions that we had in the main pod that we didn't have time to get to. So we focus on them in the after show. From all of us here at the Lot 1 Podcast, thank you for your support. Enjoy this amazing bonus episode from the Lot 1 Podcast After Show. Thank you.
Hey, and welcome to the Lot 1 Podcast After Show. My name is Deji Bancole.
And I am Christopher Henley.
We continue this conversation with Imani Davis about programmer pay, the LA film scene, women in film, Sarah Paulson, and so much more. So just get in there, man. Just get in there.
Hey, welcome back. I'm a Deji.
Hey, Deji, how's it going?
Today
I'm Chris, and today we have Imani Davis on the podcast.
Hey.
Thank you so much for coming on this after show with us, just to hang out for a little bit.
Glad to be here. This is where I can get a little crazy.
I asked this question, so you don't have to answer it really, but as a programmer, what could one expect to make?
Oh, money wise.
Yeah, money wise. Yeah.
I was like, Deji, a movie? Duh. I don't know.
I was like,
you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I'm
just preferencing it.
Salary transparency.
Yes, okay. Girl. Yes.
And such. So, and this is for the after show. This is just for Patreon people. Right?
This is behind a paywall.
Patreon people. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, so listen. So I make currently. You know what? Let me actually start.
You can give us a range.
Yeah. A lot of programmers don't, like, I'm in an interesting position. Like, a lot of programmers don't have like full-time salary year-round jobs.
Yeah.
A lot of it is like seasonal chunks of money here and there kind of work.
Yeah.
I want to put that as like a disclaimer. I'm very grateful and fortunate to be like an institution where I have like a year-round salary. I have health insurance. And so I am in the like 70 to 80K range.
Nice.
Wow.
Which is nice.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Especially like in Los Angeles.
I know.
A lot of and like I'm always on. Like I'm always working.
Yeah.
No, I gotta go watch more movies.
How is it different? Because obviously Chicago and California are different states.
Yeah.
How is it? I mean, sorry. I meant to say not Chicago. Chicago's not a state. Chicago and LA are different cities.
Yes.
But how is a film scene different?
Oh yeah,
between
that's
the
a
two.
Great question.
Yeah, I will say like when I was leaving Chicago, and was moving to LA, it was kind of this attitude of like, oh man, like another one bites the dust. Like you're moving to LA, like they're fake and mean. Good luck. And so I had that like very internalized when I was coming here, like had my guard up, and people were like quite lovely.
You didn't just like the first person you said that you just didn't just deck them real quick.
Yeah, that's what was gonna spin my face. And I didn't.
Yeah.
So I think there have been people that have been like, oh my god, like they're very LA, but there's been very nice people too. So I think that was something that I just like braced myself for, and like then had to like let my guard down. So yeah, the film scene is very different in terms of it's so expensive to shoot here. Like, I'm probably not going to produce anything in LA. Like, it's crazy. Like the things that I did in Chicago, in terms of like making short films, making like run and gun, like make two low budget like run and gun feature films, web series. We get arrested for that stuff here, uh, because it's shit. Like you have to have a permit here. Someone's
Yeah.
like, "I'll take your gear." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
And they're like $900 a day. I'm like, "What?" They're like $25 a day in Chicago. That's like the indie
That's crazy.
rate, and then like you really don't have to get them. Sorry,
Yeah.
Jonah.
Yeah.
That's the Chicago Film Office. um, and yeah, you can get away with like shooting a lot of places where you're like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah, local restaurant, down the street." They might be interested in letting me like shoot there for free, and then they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, you're making a movie! Like, wow!"
Yeah.
Here, no one cares.
No,
Yeah, they
they're
don't care.
so mean about it too.
They're mad that you're making a movie there.
Dude,
They're
dude. They'll literally come up to you and be like David sent me. I'm here to pick up and like try and steal something from you, or like stand in the middle of a shot. These are literally stories I've heard from like friends of mine and stuff, or like experiencing my own. Like the second that like no one's there to stop the people from walking on set because a permit expires, and then they come on set and they're like, "Well, you should pay me to leave," and it's like, "Oh, okay, bye now." Like,
Yeah.
like what? Yeah, it's crazy. So I would say
yeah,
that like that's very different here.
Yeah.
it's definitely like a double edged sword of like it kind of makes sense of like why they have to do that, but I wish that they would make it easier for small like micro budget shoestring, like the smallest productions to be able to do it and still be able to pull off, because like if they didn't have these costs and stuff, dude, everyone would be out here filming and it would be a nightmare and be so many problems. So like I
Totally.
get it, but I also understand, and I didn't grow up in another state. I'm like from LA. I grew up in Riverside County. So like same situation for you. I mean, that's only an hour and a half away, 2 hours, depending on where you are in Riverside County. And like it was like, hey, can we film here? And they're like, oh yeah, do it. Like
Whoa.
Yeah.
yeah, like they still wanted permits. Like we shot in like some public parks, and like they want insurance and like all this stuff, and then it's the same thing, the permits, so you have to like sift through everything and blah blah blah. But like in general, like we never had an issue, because it's
Yeah.
not like
Yeah.
we were rolling up with $1 million production. That's a different story. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
I definitely had the similar situation where, because I started making movies and film stuff in Santa Cruz, and we were just filming like literally downtown, like it went like open, and we had like people doing parkour and stuff, just like in like a public. And that wasn't even a public area. It was like the grocery store, like eating area. We were just like chilling in there, hanging out, doing our thing. And I mean, nobody stopped us, didn't even try. They were like mostly like, "Oh, that's cool," like So,
For sure.
but
The
anyways,
freedom.
yeah,
I mean, we
the
could go
freedom.
down this rabbit hole if we really wanted to, of like there's a reason why so many productions are leaving Los
Yeah.
Yeah,
Angeles. So
this is true.
The permit prices went up. They just went up.
yeah,
I'm like, what? They need to go down.
they got to
Yeah,
pay for the Olympics, somehow.
Oh
Like,
my gosh. That's gonna be a disaster. We can talk about
yeah.
that.
yeah,
I've already seen job postings for production work for the Olympics go up in forums. Yeah, already happening.
Wow.
because that's happening in
I don't know where all these
26, right?
people are gonna go. 2026?
Is that when it's happening?
No, in
No, it's
4
28.
years.
It's 28.
Oh,
26 is the winter,
Yeah.
which is not here.
I see. Got it.
Yeah.
So can you talk to us about your podcast? Because we didn't talk about it in the main show, and I want to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. So me and my friend Dema, who's my co-host, we met in Chicago, and we were both like working on film stuff. We were always having like conversations about like the business and like just
Mm-hmm.
like all the catch 22s and like the film industry of like, oh yeah, like you need experience to get experience, and
Yeah.
the catch-22 of like, oh, you need financing to get the cast, but you need the cast to get the financing, like all these like things.
Yeah.
And so we were like sending voice notes back and forth to each other. We were like, we should just have a podcast, like, like we're always talking about this stuff. Like, why not just record it?
Yeah.
Like, do it. And obviously, it's like a lot more work than that. But
Yeah.
yeah, we try and like demystify things as much as possible. Like, I'm big on that. Like, no gatekeeping. Like,
Mhm.
there's just a lot of certain like situations where I just don't see the reason for it.
Yeah.
In terms of like gatekeeping knowledge or like how to do things and stuff, um, in this industry. And I think it just makes it more of a nepo baby farm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When we don't, come together and like share information, it just keeps people from entering. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that is what we like to do on the podcast is talk about things that like no one talks about for some reason. Like
Yeah.
we had a conversation with like a sales agent and like a producer and like their relationship and like what that relationship looks like. How'd you two find each other? Um,
Mm.
Clay, who's like sales agent, like how do you find projects? Like how do you like to get approached? How did you two like end up working together? Like what advice would you give to like producers who are looking for a sales agent? Yeah. So
Wow. Are you
stuff
sure
like
you
that.
didn't just describe this podcast? It's a
What do you
little.
mean?
I'm just playing. No, I was just like, wow, this sound like because literally me and Deji would like spend hours just talking to each other and like Culver City,
Oh,
like
I thought you-
on the Culver City steps, like having lunch, and we talked for like hours of like, I wonder this, like, how do we figure out this, and like,
Mhm.
and then it was like, wait,
yes,
why don't we just talk about it in a podcast and
totally.
like share this information with everyone with our
Yeah.
connections and stuff, and then it's like
Yes,
we just like to talk anyways, so we might as well just talk and have people listen to us talk. So
Yeah.
exactly. That's why we record it. Yes, no, totally.
yeah,
I
Yeah.
love the topics that y'all have for sure. Um, Totally can see like should have like a crossover.
that would
Oh
be
yeah,
so
I'm
fun.
down.
Yeah, that'd be great. Because I haven't.
That would be a fun episode actually.
Yeah, that would be really cool. Yeah, we could do a crossover on both vice
Yes, we
versa.
could both post it. That'd be so
Yeah,
fun.
like we
Yeah.
invade each other's podcasts. Wait a
Yes.
Yeah.
second. Hold up. Because we also talked about. So I have a new puppy. Daisy's wife has a dog. We were talking about just doing a dog podcast where it's just the dog sitting in a chair. So I think
Yes.
like we got a couple ideas here brewing. So
Yeah.
Bark.
Some of them are could happen. The others are like maybe needs a little bit more development before we get.
yeah, clearly the one where we take each other's podcasts over needs more development, not the dog one. I think we all understand where the dog one's gonna go. Okay?
Yes. The dog one is
Um,
it's gold.
that
Yeah, viral.
that one's going live.
Yep.
That one's going live pretty soon. So I'm actually I know that you really try to advocate for women in film, women directors and creators.
Yeah.
And you also have that the brunch that you do. It's once a month, right? You do it.
Yeah.
Can you talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that and sort of like how you came up with that idea and sort of why?
Totally. So yeah, it's called Film Goes Brunch. And so when I came
Sounds like
to
a podcast also. Sorry, I didn't mean to like interrupt you.
He's
Great
in the
podcast
podcast
name.
mindset.
Lock it in. You're gonna record it on your next brunch, and it's your next podcast episode. Go. Sorry.
definitely have thought about it of like, oh, like what if we had like Film Goes Brunch and then we have like a podcast recording like at the brunch? Totally. Podcast galore. But yeah, Film Girls Brunch. And so when I came to LA, coming from Chicago, where I feel like there's a big like in-person networking kind of like component, you'll start seeing the same people in circles and stuff. There's different like organizations that are really dedicated to like the local film scene. This thing called IFA, Independent Film Alliance, in Chicago, and a group that I was really involved in, Mezcla Media Collective, hub for women of color filmmakers in Chicago. Lots of different like groups and things that you can go to. Was nervous about moving here because I had heard about like, oh yeah, there's like a real lack of community. Like there is no like Met Square in LA. I'm like, what? You would think that there would be, you know, like an open, accessible place for people to like come together and just vibe and like meet other collaborators and stuff, especially when you're like new to the area and stuff. Where that was a thing I heard too of like, oh yeah, it's so hard to like find community and find your tribe like in LA, and it takes like 2 years. And I'm like, what? Especially when it's everywhere, like there's so many people who are in film, who are in creative industries like in LA looking for community. That just didn't make sense to me. And so I was really nervous about that because community is really important to me. And so coming here, I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna hit some festivals and stuff, and like maybe in like a year or two, like can start up like some kind of casual brunch thing with just like women in film, especially women in film, because we all know the stats are terrible for women in film, especially women directors. And it's getting worse. That is what the recent reports have said.
I did not know that. Jeez.
Yeah, it's getting worse. I just
why is that, you think?
I think with the trend of the industry in general kind of like contracting, that hurts what's it called? Disenfranchised people and marginalized people first. So people of color, women of color, those are the things that are going to be on the chopping block.
Because they're looking for things that they are like tried and true type of thing, and a lot of times we're not tried and true because we haven't had the opportunities to begin with. So
yeah, totally, we're a niche. So yeah, I went to Holly Shorts my first my first year of moving here, and met someone was like talking about this like concept. It's like, yeah, maybe in like a year or two. And this person I was talking to, who's now one of my co-founders, was like, why wait? Why not now? Let's do this now. I was like, okay. We like picked a date. And then we're still doing it here like 2 years later. Still doing Film Girls Brunch.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
For those who don't know, what is it specifically?
Yes, it's a casual monthly meetup for women in film in LA, and we also now have it going in Chicago.
Oh, nice. Cool.
You travel for it?
No, sometimes. My collaborators in Chicago were like, "Hey, we want to do that."
That's cool.
Yeah. And I was like, okay, this is like how we do it. This is how we like reach out to venues and stuff. We don't pay for space.
That's awesome.
We do like a pay what you can kind of thing. So because, you know, times are tough. Film industry fluctuates. Sometimes you ain't got $5 that month. That's okay.
Yeah. That's true.
And so you can put in what you can. We just do like a suggested of $5, but if you need to put in zero, you can put in zero. And then because of that, we don't try not to pay for space, or like we try to keep costs low. But yeah, we just like gather people, and we just bring name tags and Sharpies, and people will just like mingle. Because there's reports too of like women in business, and I feel like it translates to the film industry too, of women being able to rise the ranks because of like community with other women in business. And there are different like studies and articles on that, of how women can kind of break past like the glass ceilings and such, and it's because of like community with other women. And so definitely want to keep that up, because I was really just surprised by like the lack of that with how many like women in film orgs there are. I was like, where are the like mix and mingles, like the, you know, there was just like a lot of like invite only stuff, and I'm like, what? So yeah,
that's super cool. That's really cool.
Thanks.
I mean,
Yeah.
Film Girls Brunch.
Film girls brunch. Is it always brunch, or is there dinner in there sometimes? Or
We want to do more dinners. It's mostly
Mm.
brunches. So like we're doing one at
Yeah.
Proof um,
Nice.
on
That's
the
cool.
Sunday. Yes. Uh, and so it's usually brunch, but we'll do like we have a year-end screening that we do that's like coming up. We do that in partnership with who? The American Cinematheque, of course.
Nice.
um,
I wonder why. I'm just
so
kidding. I'm just
do
kidding.
I. Um, so yeah, we have like some things that are at different times of the year. I think we do like a little holiday party, like that's usually in the evening. But yeah, it's usually brunch.
oh,
Yeah.
this sounds so fun. That's cool. I've seen.
Yeah.
I went to a
I want
restaurant
to
once,
do
and
that.
there was like a social meetup for forget what organization it was. But I was like, man, I want to do that stuff, and then I forgot about it the next day.
That's because
Here
you
I
really
am
wanted to do
now,
it.
never gone to one. Yeah. The Lot One podcast is brought to you by the Tourist Hat Coffee Company. You know what keeps me running on those long film sets, Stagey?
What's that, Chris?
Coffee. And you know what's the worst thing ever?
A swift kick in the pants.
No, bad coffee. So that's why I choose Tourist Hat Coffee Company's high quality coffee beans. Their artisan roasted single origin coffee and handcrafted blends are so much better than those stale stuff you get from those other brands.
Yeah, those things are bad.
Tourist Hat Coffee Company's coffee is artisan roasted, micro roasted, single origin, and their small batch roaster that handcrafts their blends to maximize peak freshness upon delivery. Family owned and operated. What more could you ask for from a coffee company, Deji?
I literally can't think of anything else.
If you're still not sold, a portion of each purchase goes towards contributing to some of their favorite nonprofit organizations, such as Animation Dance Community, Seeds of Hope International, and Beautiful Gate Orphanage.
These guys are good.
Make Tourist Hat Coffee Company your new go-to quality coffee choice with our exclusive offer for you, the Lot One podcast listener.
Oh, listen up, guys.
First-time customers can use the code LOT1BOGO at checkout to receive one free bag of coffee when you buy two. That's right, Deji, buy two, get one free.
Whoa.
So head on over to touristhatcoffeecompany.com and use promo code LOT1BOGO at checkout. Again, that is LOT1 BOGO at checkout. Whether you work in the film industry or not and want a delicious cup of coffee, this is the perfect time to stock up on your favorite blends of coffee or try something new. I know I'll be brewing Tourist Hat on my sets moving forward, Deji. Again, that's promo code LOT1 BOGO, LOT1 BOGO at checkout to claim your buy two, get one free. Terms and conditions apply. Tourist Hat, coffee that fuels your adventure.
It's funny, actually, when I first moved here, I think maybe the second time I moved here, because I moved here, then I moved away for a little bit, then I moved back. I was like, I gotta try to find people to hang out with, like film people, because I didn't really have anybody. And so I would go on like Meetup, and I feel like I had gone to I remember even going to, because I like technology and things like that. And I remember going to like this random technology thing too, because I just wanted to meet people. And I found it kind of hard to like find those like groups. And I also did that recently again, looking for just either meetup groups or film groups that like where you got to meet other people. And I found that it was kind of difficult too. Maybe I just am not. I feel like maybe I just was in the wrong circles, but
it is.
Deji, we create our own film meetup.
There you go.
Yeah. Totally.
That would be fun. Yeah.
Totally. I think it makes a lot of sense to like the podcast too.
Yeah.
I would come to you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, we got 3 already. And maybe Mina, who's listening right now, would also want to go. So we have maybe 4.
Boom.
We'll bring the dogs.
That's basically okay. We got 6. Chelsea will come because she has to. She's my wife, so
there it is.
she has to come. So now we've got 8 or 7 or however many. So we got a small crowd going. But I really like the idea of putting something on, and that's really cool that you did that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wish I was a woman in film so I can go to it.
For sure.
But
Sorry.
for other women, no, you're good. For
we have
other
some,
women,
our Oscar watch party and our Emmys watch party are open to everyone.
I'm there.
So you
If
know
I can be there, I'm coming.
You heard it here first, folks. He said
Yeah.
it. All right.
So how can people like get involved in that if they want to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram at Film Girls Brunch. And it's
Nice.
girls with a Z, girls.
Girls.
You
Like
can follow us
brats.
there. Yeah, like brats. And we have like a little, you can access our email list from there too. We post
Sweet.
more than we email. We just need someone
Nice.
that's in charge of like newsletters because we're all volunteer. Like,
Yeah.
It's
yeah, we
hard.
post more.
Getting the help is always hard.
You know. I'm like, oh yeah, I should send more newsletters.
Yeah. That's great. That's really cool. So you're a busy woman. You've got your podcast.
Yeah.
You've got your brunch.
Programming.
Your programming.
And producing and
Are
writing.
you producing anything right now? There's not a whole lot you have to talk about that. I remember you saying that before.
Oh yeah. It's somewhat in a little bit of retirement with producing. Like ever since I moved to LA,
Okay.
I was like, okay, I'm gonna focus on.
Yeah, you kind of switch gears a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
focus on this job I just got,
Mhm.
programming, and I'm gonna try to write more. And like take a little break from producing because I love producing, but was definitely getting caught up in like kind of a hamster wheel of like producing other people's stuff
Yeah.
in Chicago. Because
Mhm.
once people find out that you can like do it,
You're always producing. They're just like,
they're gonna ask.
yes.
You have no other dreams or aspirations. You only do this one thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like, hey, I still get like asks today.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
You're
like,
I'm blowing you up.
hey. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm not doing that right now. So yeah, focusing on like programming and writing, and then eventually getting back into producing.
Yeah.
Because that's the goal is to like produce and write, produce what I write, and then produce what other people write too.
Yeah.
At some point, get back into
Yeah.
that.
Are there
But-
any are there any women? You know, this is actually interesting, and I see you. I see what you're doing right now with this brunch. You're finding women directors. I see this long game you're playing here right now.
It's on
You're
pipelines.
yeah.
Proof,
You
too.
get the-
Well,
There
there
you go.
has to be some selfish aspect to it.
No, this is no,
right?
and I love it, and I love it. I love it
That's
so much.
completely altruistic.
Right.
Yeah, no, this is great. I love it.
Amani,
Because,
here,
I mean,
here,
another thing, too, is that,
we'll
like-
go after Deji. So you're doing a podcast, right? I see what you're doing.
Hell
Deji.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to get into the to the proof mixer mingles. You
Yeah.
know? No.
Yeah.
I am, but
You're
yeah, I
coming.
think another thing too is that like, we all have to kind of be a little bit. I mean, it's not even really even selfish in a way. You have to think about yourself and where
You
you're
do.
going.
Yeah.
Because I've for such a long time have not thought about myself, and I was like, oh, let me just help out. Kind of like when you're producing other people's projects for them, and you're not getting further in where you want to go. You're just helping other people get where they want to go, and they're happy about it. They're like, thank you,
Even
so I
as
think that we
unpaid labor.
exactly right. So I think that like figuring out, and I feel like you've got the pieces and the puzzle laid out for you, which you laid out for yourself, and that's awesome. And I implore other people to do that as well.
Yeah.
To really
Okay.
start to imagine and think about like what does it take for you to grow and get to where you want to get to, and then how do you start putting those pieces in place for yourself? Because if you
Totally.
if you don't do it, no one is going to do it for you. So
Well,
Ah,
that goes
they're not.
that goes back to what we talked about in the main podcast of just
Yeah.
like you didn't want to do it the traditional way, right?
Mhm.
And so you're creating that path for you. And what
Yeah.
we've discovered on this podcast, and I mean, I kind of knew going in, but what I've just reinforced is like there is no one way of doing it. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It like your path could be the craziest, weirdest path, and you could end up where you want to be. So you just kind of have to create it for yourself, especially in today's landscape in this crazy
totally.
industry.
Yeah.
This crazy industry where like something's brewing, and we can talk about that too. Of like,
Mhm.
things are contracting, the industry's changing, and like that means opportunity. Like people who are like thinking about things, thinking about how things can like work differently, finding new money, new investors to court, new models to kind of like approach. Like there's a lot of opportunity um,
Mhm.
out there in an industry that is kind of like struggling to like figure itself out and like what this next stage is. Like this is always
Yeah.
kind of the time. These are always kind of the conditions of like innovation. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah.
I have one. I have one question. Not really a question. A question also. Yeah. But I want to ask an after I ask an audience question.
Oh, so what? A question for me?
Yeah. Um. Can you talk about meeting Sarah Paulson?
Yes. Yes. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, so what happened? So we had
I love
Beyond
Sarah
Fest.
Paulson. She's really cool.
Yeah, she's amazing and big fan. Love a theater girly too. She's from the
Yes.
stage. And so we had Beyond Fest, and I had seen the movie. I had seen it with my colleagues because they were like considering it for Beyond Fest and stuff. So they set up a little private screening for us. It was at the Fox lot, and that
Hmm.
was cool. Saw the movie. She's great in it. She's just such a good actor. And then we're getting closer to the Beyond Fest screening of Hold Your Breath, and knew she was coming and stuff. I got a text from my colleague like, uh, "Do you want to moderate with Sarah Paulson?" And I was like,
Mm.
because
Do
I've like
I?
No, not really.
I've gotten to moderate with some like big names before.
Yeah.
That was a big one.
Yeah.
um, and I was like, sure, because we usually like we have big guests in and stuff, and like we'll get to like meet and interact with them. But usually, the studio will usually get like a journalist to moderate, because it's kind of like a win-win for them. They get like a journalist to like talk to the person, and maybe they get a piece out of it. So like maybe there'll be something on IndieWire or the Hollywood Reporter
Hmm.
or something. Um, so it's usually always like a journalist, especially for big names. Um, but then sometimes it'll be us, the programmers, or we could like volunteer ourselves for something like if I felt super passionate
Yeah.
about it. But for this one, I was like, oh yeah, the studio's gonna get someone for blah, blah, blah. And I was like, sure. And so, yeah, I was like, oh shoot, I've seen the movie at least. Need to prep your wiki page background. And
Yeah. Yeah.
then she comes, she's in this amazing vintage Dior dress, looking like a goddess, and she's so funny. Um, and is just like a such a theater queen, and talking about the latest shows she saw. I was just in New York. We were in Milan.
Yeah.
She's amazing. Yeah, it was really really cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love her. She's really great. She's just a great actor.
She,
Um.
I got to ask her, "What's it like you play a mother in this movie?" And she does not have any kids. She says her dogs are her
Mhm.
kids. We were joking about that, and I was like, my first question for her was like, "You play a mother in this film. What's it like being the mother of the internet?" Because people always refer to her as mother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah.
So she got to answer that. And she's like, I don't really understand it because I don't have kids. And she's like, I take the title on. Like, I will be the mother. I will be mother.
Yeah, that's
This is
awesome. Um.
What's your
Um,
favorite musical?
That's a good question.
Oh yeah, see, it's Hamilton.
Yeah. I started in theater. So I'll make this rule. It can't be Hamilton. What's your favorite musical?
Oh, oh, it's so good. I love Hamilton. It's
I
such a
know it's so good.
masterpiece.
I know.
After that, I mean, I'm torn because like part of me wants to say Wicked.
Yeah.
Um,
Classic.
love Wicked. Love the music. Love the songs. Um, there's also this movie. This not this movie. This musical called Dogfight.
Yeah, I know Dogfight.
Music is so good. Very underappreciated musical. I've never seen a stage. I just know the music.
Yeah.
Mm.
I listen to it and I'm like, this is so good. So highly recommend listening to Dogfight.
That's awesome. Yeah, so Wicked movie coming out. Excited? Not excited? Nervous? What are we feeling?
I don't know if I should say.
Ah!
I'm
Because
nervous. I
Yeah.
can say
I
that.
am
I can say
too.
I'm
But
nervous.
I will
Yeah.
say, because my sister, she was a producer in theater, a stage manager,
Oh,
gone producer, whole thing.
cool.
Uh, we both did it. The more I see things like trailers, I get a little bit more excited
Yeah.
because, but I don't know if it's that like nostalgic, like the music is just getting me type of thing, or if it's like, yeah. So I'm like, you can't mess. But the director knows musicals, so
Who's directing it?
John
yes,
Chu.
I forget their name.
John Chu.
I'm
Oh.
terrible with names. Say again.
John Chu.
Yes, John Chu.
Mm.
John Chu. Yeah. Yeah, and I love it. I'm a big Ariana Grande fan. Like Loki. I'd
The
love to
Secret
be a
came out.
Remo too. So I'm
Yeah,
I'm excited about the idea of it.
yeah,
The
Yeah.
trailers scare me a little, but I'm optimistic.
yeah.
That's good. That's good. I mean, I think I feel like there's something going on in Hollywood right now that is like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen, you may not want to say it, but I'll say it. I've seen a few bad movies recently where I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to.
yeah.
I can say which.
Okay, you won't say which, but I'll say that and it's not because it was a musical, but The Joker, the new one, wasn't for me.
You saw it? I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't
Saw
seen
it
it.
last night.
It was not for me. We can talk about it off air, but
Yeah.
yeah. I just feel like there's like something, I don't know, something going on. I feel like we need some new, like, can we get some new IP here? Like,
Wait,
not
low
stuff that's like,
Well,
budget, new films,
totally.
new filmmakers. What? Unheard of,
I
Deji. Unheard of.
there is
I
like
mean,
I think about this all the time. Of like I have an existential crisis about like the concept of new franchises and like where the new franchises are like gonna come, especially if
Yeah.
Hollywood
yeah,
isn't like making original things.
Or
If they're
they're not allowing
actually
it. Yeah.
investing in
right.
original stuff,
Yeah.
um, that can be cool new franchises that people are excited about.
I
Because it's
remember
like
my
you can only
question.
do Fast and Furious. What are we gonna 20?
Oh
Are
my
we gonna? Is
gosh,
that
the
what we're
Yeah.
last
gonna
one was
go? We're
so
gonna have Fast
bad.
and Furious
I
20?
Ugh.
the one where there was this one where they were driving and they did this big jump and then the car, like, I don't know, like clipped itself onto like a crane, and it like the hook, and it like the hook sent it, and it like sent it, and it like landed perfectly onto the other side. When I saw that, I was like, I can't watch this anymore. These don't even that you can't.
Well, Deji, if you
And then
made
I
it
heard
to the
they went to
last
the,
one, they go to space. So if
yeah,
that
that's what
makes
I'm
you
saying.
feel
I
any
heard
better.
that too.
I didn't know that.
They
It's
needed to
so
drive to
bad.
space.
It's so bad.
I didn't know
It's
Anyways,
that.
like, yeah. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole.
the one thing I actually, because we were talking a bit about like sort of new avenues for filmmakers, and where's the new money coming from and all that kind of stuff. And that announcement from YouTube that they're going to start focusing on the content and the creators, and that may be an avenue that a production company would want to take to. I mean, for us, at the lower end, for me at least, you can take the ideas and do the concepts there, and if it works out with an audience, you can potentially develop that further. But what are your thoughts about that whole idea?
Yeah, I was excited by it. I think the idea of indie TV and what Mark Duplass and some other
Mm,
creators are doing is interesting. Of
yeah.
of like, hey, we're gonna make the whole series, and then someone can pick it up, like treating television series like indie film, of like just making it and then uh you know kind of like a distributor
Yeah.
to make your money back. I am like wondering what's gonna kind of shake up with distribution in general,
Mm,
because it's just the idea of, yeah, we're gonna make this thing go against the grain of Hollywood, but then hope and pray for Hollywood to like pick it up. It's like
yeah. Sure.
I don't I
Yeah.
don't think that's gonna, and the math really isn't mathing with like distribution nowadays either, of like the different revenue streams that come in through film, where it's like it made a lot of sense back in the day, and you can make a lot of money off of that movie. And you really can't do that nowadays with like
Mm,
the box office being so important, uh, and this kind of like word of mouth path of the box office being
mm,
so important to a film's
yeah.
profitability, and then the streaming, like the DVDs, the 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 rentals, that's kind of gone.
Hmm.
And so distribution, I think, is going to go through kind of this like reckoning, where I think self distribution is going to be something that people are paying more attention
Yeah.
to keep more of their profit margins. Because when you think about it, it's like, okay, movie theaters getting a cut, the distributors getting a cut, sales agents getting a cut, everybody, and then nobody's really making any money. Um,
Yeah.
and so I think that's what things are getting caught in right now. So I think the YouTube stuff of like, oh, you can make your own series and things is really interesting. I'm excited to see like
Hmm.
what people are gonna do with that, what people are gonna put on
Yeah.
there. I'm into web series, the idea of web series and stuff. That's how some shows have gotten started.
Yeah.
Uh, so we'll see. Like I'm excited about people like self distributing and like just marketing getting better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. One of the things that I thought was interesting is, just the thought of like, I guess, when we get more information about what they're actually going to be doing with the platform and what it's going to look like for creators,
yeah,
like it, and like, is it going to, like you bubble up to the top, what are the most rated shows, the
yeah,
highest rated shows that, are literally by like people clicking on them and watching them, which I
yeah,
guess that's how ratings work anyways. But uh but yeah, that you can essentially get your foot in the door for anything like that, and I feel like that is YouTube is a place that I feel like filmmaking doesn't really get a lot of love, like if
yeah,
you make stuff like,
yeah,
unless you're making, like, informational kind of videos, but like if you put a series on there, like I don't know a whole lot of series that are on YouTube that are just like getting a lot of plays every single week, but having a little bit of a focus on that might be kind of interesting for
totally.
filmmakers in this
What's in the
sense.
top 10 on YouTube series?
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be interesting. I mean, because anybody could really, I mean, it could be anybody's game, at that point,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So,
It was game.
but thank you so much, Imani, for coming on
Thank
and
you.
hanging out with us on the after show. Got into it. It was kind of that was fun. I like that actually. It's cool.
Yes.
You
Thanks for
know?
having me. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Air blast.
Huh? You're a
You're a
blast.
blast.
Ah,
I'm sorry.
oh.
You're a blast.
You're a blast. And then I went instantly, my brain went, I can't wait to do our collab. And then
Yes, collab. I'm gonna tell Dema.
Yeah.
She wants to do more.
I'm down for that.
I
I'm
would
down for
love to enter your guys' format of your podcast. I think it would get very unhinged very quickly. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being
Thank
on,
you.
and we will. I'll literally see you in a week or
Couple
2 weeks or
weeks.
something.
2 weeks. Yeah.
Don't say
Yeah,
a week.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. A couple weeks.
Oh yeah. Sorry, a couple weeks. Yeah.
I have time.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
Awesome.
Bye. That's a wrap for the Lot One Podcast After Show.
Huge thanks to Imani Davis for going deeper with us.
Connect with us on Instagram, TikTok at the Lot One Podcast for exclusive behind the scenes content. And hey, we are always open to some listener mail. Check out Lot One Productions at lot1productions.com for the latest updates on all of our projects.
Until next time, folks, stay creative, dream big, and remember, sometimes all you can do is just process. Sit back and let it happen to you. See you next time.
See ya.